A typical college student's priorities usually include seeing friends as much as possible, going to at least one party a week, and not skipping too many classes. Nowhere near the top of that list is getting enough sleep each night. We may not all have the typical college student mindset, but I bet many of us find lots of things we deem more important than sleep. I've had my fair share of late nights and foggy mornings, but sleep has always been high on my scale of necessity. When I was younger, I was always the first one asleep at any sleepover I went to because I just couldn't stay up that late. After thorough research and numerous personal experiences, I found several reasons why getting enough sleep is vital. Most people normally don't get a full night's sleep. Doing certain things can help you sleep better, and there are major consequences with lack of sleep as well as benefits to getting enough. First, I will discuss how much sleep we actually need. Sleep is very important, but some college students just can't seem to get the recommended amount. Nurse Becky Munson advises children under 12 to get at least 10 hours per night. Those aged 12 to 21 need about 9, and aged 22 and up should aim for between 8 to 10 hours. On average, if adults slept 1 to 2 hours longer each night, then they would be getting the recommended amount. Sleep is beneficial for many biological reasons. It doesn't just give your body a chance to rest, but new red blood cells are formed, which keep the immune system in working order. An article entitled Benefits of Sleep, published by Harvard University, explains that muscle growth, tissue repair, and protein synthesis all occur primarily during sleep. Protein synthesis is the formation and distribution of proteins throughout your body. And this chart here explains the process that your cells go through in order to make proteins. Many growth hormones are only released when a person is sleeping as well. While sleeping, adenosine is cleared from your brain, and this is the chemical responsible for the feeling of sleepiness. This is an MRI that shows adenosine buildup in the brain. The top row is a person who has just woken up in the morning, therefore there's no adenosine because they're not sleeping. In the middle is after 12 hours of sleep deprivation, and the red here indicates the amount of adenosine that's built up. Then the bottom is after 24 hours of sleep deprivation, and you can see that the level of adenosine has increased pretty significantly between those two. Studies show that the brain has a chance to organize and filter the new information that it has learned during the day while you're asleep. Now that you understand why we sleep, let's look at how to sleep better. There are several ways to ensure you get a full night's sleep, depending on the reasons why you don't already. For most college students, the main reasons we don't sleep enough are because we stay up late doing homework that we procrastinated on, or we're seeing friends, or we're looking through the pictures of the cute guy or girl on Instagram that sits next to us in history. The homework issue can be solved with better time management and a bit more self-control. But then you have to ask yourself, is sleep really more important than friends? Yeah, it is. There are nights when I have to force myself to tell my friends that I can't hang out with them because I am just too tired, and I need to be in bed at a decent time. We spend way more time texting or on Facebook or reading blogs than we realize. If you simply have trouble falling asleep, try to establish a nighttime routine. An article published by the Mental Health Foundation entitled Sleep and Your Mental Health suggests going to bed at the same time each night and waking up at the same time each morning, if possible, lets your brain and body know when it should be sleeping. Don't read or watch TV in bed. That way your body recognizes that your bed is a place where sleep takes place. If you are having trouble falling asleep, don't just lie in bed and stare off into space. Get up, move around, do something productive until you feel sleepy again. If it is stress or wandering thoughts preventing you from sleeping, it helps to write them down and just tell yourself you'll worry about them in the morning. If a medical condition keeps you up, check with your doctor to see if you are a good candidate for therapy or medication. Now that we've seen how to get a better night's sleep, let's talk about why it's beneficial. Getting enough sleep can give you a huge advantage for the day, but on the other hand, not enough can severely limit your potential. A fully rested mind and body can be tremendous assets during the day. During deep sleep, the brain processes memories. Therefore, sleep can help with recalling what information you know and what things you've learned how to do. Gary Scarpello, a researcher for the Association for Career and Technical Education, says deep sleep also increases your potential to learn new things by making you less likely to fall into microsleeps. And microsleeps are just a technical term for zoning out. Not getting enough sleep can affect your daily activities more than you may realize. Sleep deprivation can decrease many functions in the body, such as vision, hand-eye coordination, and reaction time. In an article entitled "Sleep-Deprived Brains Show Lapse in Visual Processing," author Robert Preet explains that when sleepy, the brain can process simple visual cues, but it has difficulty processing or a delayed response, making sense of something complex that it may see. Morgan Peck adds in an article written for the Scientific American Mind, the longer we are awake, the more sensitive our brains become, due to neurons making connections to other neurons. This is similar to a tree rapidly growing new branches, because the growth does no harm to the tree, but it must be pruned in order to remain healthy. And the only way to prune the neuron connections in the brain is to shut it down periodically. This blue circle here is a neuron in the brain, and the red lines are the connections to all the other neurons that it has made throughout the day or another extended period of time. Some effects of sleep deprivation are obvious. It causes people to be irritable, impatient, and short-tempered. Lastly, not getting enough sleep might be dangerous to your well-being and that of those around you. The academic journal, "Sleep Deprivation Leads to Impaired Risky Decision-Making," states that it has been proven that people make fewer optimal decisions when tired. According to a functional MRI, the area of the brain that anticipates reward when making decisions is more active when sleep deprived. This leads to more risky decision-making because the person is falsely convinced that the outcome will be better than it could possibly be. This is the functional MRI, and over here we have the anticipation reward center lighting up a lot more than we do over here, and this is the sleep-deprived brain. So it's obvious that it is a lot more active when sleep-deprived. Not sleeping long enough can have greater consequences than we think because of the false sense of security we feel. In summary, sleep is more important than most people realize. Certain behaviors can help you sleep better, and the amount of sleep you get each night can significantly impact the productivity of your day. In order to get a good night's sleep, plan on sleeping more than your normal amount and limit distractions before bed. If necessary, consult a doctor about your sleeping habits or issues. Risky decisions are often made when you are tired and can have a lasting effect on your life. So remember, the next time you are too exhausted to move, but your friends invite you to go out somewhere, saying no just might save someone's life.